So I lost 35 pounds in 9 months of 2023, and then I put on 17 pounds in the 12 months that followed. And we've come to the end here of 5 weeks of my most recent health and fitness challenge. So I'm going to be covering in this video how much weight, if anything, I lost this past week, what went well, what went not so well, and sharing with you the footage that I took this week at the end of the 5-week challenge and comparing that to footage that I took at the beginning of September so that we can visually see any changes that I have made. This is actually just over 5 weeks, so I'm just over that 5-week point. I took the footage exactly a day ahead of the 5 weeks. So I was traveling on the Friday, so I ended the 5-week challenge a day early, so it was a 6-day week instead of a 7-day week. And I'm filming this in Budapest, in my hotel room in Budapest, but I didn't want to wait to film it until I got back because I just felt like too late because I'd be too far into week 6 at that point. So this is just going to be a really short catch-up video so that I can have ticked the box on week 5. So as a reminder, I did a 10-day challenge before this 5 weeks started, and during that 10-day challenge I lost 2 pounds. Then gosh, it's hard to remember now. I think I lost nothing for a couple of weeks. I had a week where I lost 3 pounds. I had a week where I put on a pound. And then this past week, I have lost 2 pounds. So having put on a pound the week prior, I've lost 2 pounds. And what that means is overall across the whole of this challenge, including the 10 days that started it, kicked it all off, since I've got back on my health and fitness journey, I've lost 6 pounds. So I am really pleased with that. It basically works out at roughly a pound a week, which I think for a lot of people would be disappointed with that. And being totally honest with you, I think that a lot of people would watch this and think, well, that's not impressive. But I was putting on weight consistently, so I would say roughly a pound a month, or a pound and a half a month, whatever it worked out to be. And then I've turned that tide the other way and have started to see my weight loss. I've started to see it come back down again. And just generally, I feel like I've really improved my health and fitness. I have not been doing as much exercise as I had been the last couple of weeks because I hurt my hip. I don't think I actually covered that properly in the last video, but I hurt my hip and I don't know how. I feel like proper old lady problems, I've got to 41 and I just wake up one day with a dodgy hip and then it got worse every day for a few days, and then it was so painful. I was limping. I had one day I was really limping. So I was supposed to do a half marathon last weekend and I had to pull out of it and I was gutted, but it was definitely the right thing because I think if I'd have pushed myself to do it with still being in pain with my hip, it definitely improved at that point, but it was still painful. And if I'd pushed myself to do it, I would have struggled to walk around Budapest, which is where I am now. So I've taken my sister away for her 40th birthday, and so a long weekend in Budapest, and it's definitely a foodie place, I would say. I will be covering it in next week's video and the impact of it, but I'm being more careful. So at breakfast, being more careful with higher protein, have some fruit and veggies, but there's also really famous chimney cakes, which are pastry, and we had one with ice cream in today and it was amazing. So having some wine, having some nice dinners out. Got dinner out tonight and it's a chef's tasting menus, 8 courses, small courses, but still it's definitely a foodie weekend. And this is life, isn't it? I don't want to go away and feel deprived, but then I also know that I don't have to have everything. I don't have to have every possible treat because there's always more opportunities to have them. I had to stop filming yesterday so I could get ready to go out, but as I was saying, I hadn't done as much exercise in the last couple of weeks where I haven't been able to do my run walking, but my hip is feeling loads better. I'm so croaky today. Late night, but I will get back on that as soon as I get home. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I've done a bit of walking, but I definitely hadn't done as much exercise in that kind of 5th week of the challenge. And diet-wise, I've been doing HelloFresh. So I know that's not a diet. But basically, I definitely got to the point where, as the one who plans all of the meals and who cooks the majority of the meals in my house, I had got meal prep fatigue, or meal planning fatigue, whatever you want to call it. And I thought, you know what, we'll just do HelloFresh for a while. That will give me some new ideas of things to cook. And my kids eat dinner at school and nursery 3 days a week. Then we do like a picnic tea on the Thursday because we have swimming lessons. My husband does dinner for them on a Friday. Then we eat together as family Saturday and Sunday. So we're not doing masses of family meals, but mostly these meals, the HelloFresh meals anyway, for my husband and I. So we were having those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it has been nice. It's been nice to try some new things, but I have found that if left to their own devices, HelloFresh sends you some quite high calorie meals, which obviously when you're counting calories and you're trying to eat in a calorie deficit makes life a bit hard. So I had messed up this past week because I had changed the meals to the healthier eating meals that were lower calorie. They're normally around like 600 calorie, whereas the regular meals I find can be like around 900 calories, which is quite a difference. But I messed up, and when the meals arrived, they were just whatever HelloFresh had decided on. It turns out I had changed the meals for this coming week. So not last week, this coming week. So that made it a little tricky. As I said, I still managed to lose 2 pounds, but I had to be super careful about what I was consuming outside of the HelloFresh meal. So I was having either smoothie or porridge, the HelloFresh meal, and then I would say like bigger snacks. But or like one night I had like one fried egg on toast, and I couldn't have like that third meal. Which isn't, you know, that doesn't matter because I'm also still trying to eat within kind of a shorter eating window, like intermittent fasting as much as I possibly can. So still doing intermittent fasting as much as I can, still calorie counting. And now, as I said, I'm kind of in, can't get my words out, I'm now in Budapest with my sister. We had the most amazing meal out last night. I took her, this was like a big part of the holiday. I'd booked this Michelin-starred restaurant because she's never been to a Michelin-starred restaurant. I'm really lucky that I've been to some amazing restaurants with work. But one thing that I don't do regularly, certainly not with work, is having like the chef's tasting menu. We have like lots of little courses of food. And I did that for my husband's 40th. Took him to 2 actually. Well, we didn't have kids at this point. We had money. I say money, but like we had money. We had a little bit more money. We had more disposable cash than we do have now. But I had saved up for this. This was like a big part of his birthday, and I wanted my sister to experience that. So this was a big thing. My husband and I had saved up, and that was like her main like present was this meal last night. And it was supposed to be like 12 courses, but then you had an extra additional course, a casino egg it was called, that you could add. Anyway, do you know what? I should save this. Should save this for the next video because it's technically part of week 6, but we shall see what impact it has had. So living my best life in Budapest right now, and having a lot of fun. But and today is a spa day, so we're going to one of the thermal spas. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, overall, I am pleased. It was a 6-day week, as I said. And I still managed to lose 2 pounds, 6 pounds down in total, knocked off that 17 pounds I put on. So let's get that 17 pounds off and then continue on this journey. And as I said before, you know, this is a health and fitness journey. It's not just about weight loss. Weight loss is an element of it because I feel like, you know, certainly the videos that I watch on YouTube, people are it's either a weight loss journey or it's, you know, I'm working on my, you know, my gym self. And you know, you really, it should be everything, shouldn't it? If that's the case, if you want to lose weight, then yes, it's eating in a calorie deficit. But for me, exercise is part of that because it makes me feel healthier and better. There's definitely that mental health aspect for me. So it's a whole package.